Welcome to the Everything Podcast, and this episode it's time for another quiz, but it's going to be a bit more spontaneous than usual because normally I've written the quiz beforehand, whereas I haven't, so it is going to be slightly different, as will become clear in a second. But before I start the quiz, I should mention that I recorded this episode on the 18th of December 2025, so just a week or so before Christmas, so just bear that in mind. And obviously a week today, apart from being Christmas, is when the podcast Christmas special will release. So just, obviously it'll be less than that by the time you'll see this episode, most likely. So I hope you're getting into the festive spirit and are enjoying whatever you're up to. But don't worry, the podcast isn't taking a break over Christmas. It will be around every single day with a bumper length. I was meant to say a bumper feature length, but I kind of merged it, a feature length Christmas special, as it's over an hour long, and obviously normal episodes, especially my episodes, are only a couple of minutes long usually. But without further ado, let's get on with the quiz. So question number one, this will be an easier one for if you've been long time and not so necessarily long time viewers or listeners to the podcast, which it is who is my co-host on the podcast, so who presents the episodes when I'm unable to. I'll give you a couple of seconds to answer that. I'm going to do it in a slightly different format where I'm going to give you the answer to each question separately, just so I've remembered the questions, because as I said, I'm not writing them down like I usually would. And question number one, the answer was obviously Chuck, who you will have seen or will see alongside me in the Christmas special, as well as with his bonus episodes as well. Question number two was that true or false? The podcast has always done daily episodes. Again, if you're a long time watcher / viewer of the podcast, this is another easier one, and the answer is obviously. Or not obviously, but it's no, it's not. It started off very, what's what I'll say, very on and off. It was very standalone episodes. There's standalone-ish now, but they were very, like, it wasn't every single day. So yeah. Question number three is true or false? I only started covering Neighbours properly when it returned in 2023. The answer to that question is true, because it was basically just a timing thing that the podcast, when I was doing season one, Neighbours was coming to an end, so I didn't particularly want to cover something that was ending really at that time, whereas I did when it came back for the reboot under Amazon. I did cover it. Question number four is true or no, let's not do true or false. Let's do a different one. I don't know, we'll go true or false actually. Chuck and I record episodes in the same room. True or false? That answer is false. Now, if you'll watch this episode after the Christmas special, even though it will be released before, you will know that answer is false, because me and Chuck actually mentioned about it in the episode itself. And fifth and final question. Let's not go true or false. In what year did the podcast start? Now, this will depend upon which platform you're on. Will be easier to do to find out. In what year did I start the podcast? And the answer to the final question of the quiz is 2022 is when the podcast started. So we're vastly approaching the 5th year anniversary, obviously in about less than 18 months now, to be honest. Let me know in the comments below how you did with the quiz, as well as if you're looking forward to the podcast Christmas special. But without further ado, I will see you in a future episode of the podcast. See you then. Goodbye.